Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm gonna go through and do a video here. This might be a long one, so we're gonna play out a really tough battle, I think. So let me show you guys the numbers. We're outnumbered almost 2-1, and that's against the Shimazu, so this should be a tough fight. So I'm just gonna give some tips and just go through and explain how I try to win these battles when you're up against it, so that hopefully you guys can pick up some, I don't know, some ideas, you know, whatever. Take whatever you can out of there and implement it for your own runs and stuff like that, you know. So before I get into the battle, let me just say that if you enjoy the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We should have already started the Kenshin playthrough on the channel. That's going to be a live stream on every Saturday. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And we're going to keep doing the Sanada Sekigahara run. So I've got those two things, and I'm going to keep kicking out different videos on Mondays usually. So that's usually my upload schedule. So anyway. So yeah, the thing about these battles, right, is that they're winnable, but they are risky. And context is everything. Sometimes, like in this situation, I've just been charging through the Shimazu and I've just hit a wall. They've finally gotten a couple of fresh units in with some of their other guys in the area, and now they're you know, we're running out of steam, and they've just got all this momentum. They've got 2 fresh units right here to help out their other guys, and they're all pretty good. So you don't need to fight them, but let's just say, for the purpose of the video, that this is this is one of those battles that you just have to win. You know, you have to win it. There's no other way around it. You know, it's win or just get ran over, game over possibly, or you know, you're gonna have to vassal your way out of the situation, whatever, right? So they have an extra unit also. That's not good. I thought our units were evened out. Okay, so we're outnumbered 2-1, like I said. The first thing I do is I go to unit details, and I usually check this on the map. And I don't always remember all this stuff. So if you've seen my live streams, you know that I don't always go through and do this. But in this situation, you know, like I said, just you really have to get the win. You know, so you really have to figure out, okay, how am I going to win this fight? So I just go through, get a glance, get an idea. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Okay, so Shigehide's here, but he's got 1700. He's the lowest one. I don't have anybody above 10k. Okay. Alright, let's just get to the map here. Be easier to show it off, honestly. We're at quite a disadvantage, yeah, I see that. Okay, so the first thing I do is I try to divide up the map. So this is 8 units, so 4 and 4. And then I just go through and check everybody out. And I just at a glance, like I said, Shigehide's got 1700. So since I'm down a unit, I'm going to want to even it out. So this guy's going to be target number 1. I'm going to try to make it so that I can hit him and maybe route him, just to even up the units on the map. Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. Because if you're down on units and numbers, chances are you're going to get stuck fighting defensively. And that's what you don't want to do. You never want to get pinned down defensively. You want to be able to have some type of offensive push somewhere on the map. Okay, doesn't have to be everywhere, but somewhere on the map. So Shigehide, I can tell I'm gonna have to go after him. Okay, now what I'm checking for is musket level, because I'm fighting the Shimazu. Whenever you're fighting, like, you know, one of the forces that's basically you know, the top musket forces, top cavalry forces. Okay, I've covered them on the channel, the biggest factions that use that. But if you've played the series, you know who I'm talking about. Takeda for cavalry, Shimazu, Suzuki, Oda for muskets. So I'm just looking to see. Everybody's got pretty much musket power. So we might get shredded to pieces here. Level 7. This guy's going to hit like a truck. Okay. So not everybody. It's not overwhelming musket power, but they're definitely going to be firing off volleys. So that's going to hurt because again, we have a lot fewer soldiers. So every hit's going to count. Sometimes that's going to be the tiebreaker for you. That's going to be the tipping point. I've certainly lost battles because I didn't account for muskets or cavalry charges. So we've got Ray Ren here. I mean, this is the main, easily at a glance. These guys, this is the elite, this side of the map, and this is weaker, not by much, but Shigehide's here. Shigetomo, at least his muskets aren't too crazy. What does this guy do? Another thing too is just check the tactics, especially if you're not familiar. A confuse will ruin your day. If you forget that somebody's got confuse, I mean, and you get hit with it, I've lost battles doing that, so. Oh, this guy's terrible back here. Okay, I'll have to try to remember that. This guy's terrible, so this guy's a favorable matchup for me. Everything's in the 40s here. Okay, so we've got less units, just by 1, but we have half the soldiers. So we have to get the Inspire point. I mean, I know this is a go-to thing in every map, but really, again, in this situation, we have to get it. If we don't get this, we're probably dead. Because they have bigger soldiers, they have 1 more unit, chances are we're going to get tired faster than they are. Okay. So let's see, Shigehide's here, let's do that first. So who's got... I'm going to check my guys. Level 7 and 7. Wow, how does he have... I've got to see where he's from. He's got 7 and 7. That's weird. 6 and 7. They must be from the same area. 7 and 3. So my best 2 units are Shigetada, the God of War, and Masanori. Nagamasa would be up there, but his unit is pretty much done. Although he does have level 9 muskets. Okay. So I want to get Nagamasa to try to punch Shigehide with this volley, because it could just knock him out of the war. Okay. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Put Nagamasa there. We're just going to beeline it straight up. Hopefully clash with him here. It's got to be here. Or here. Maybe. We're going to try to line this up so that I can knock him out of the war, because I need to even the unit. So he's got level 9 muskets. Hopefully that's enough to take him out of the fight. Then we're going to make a beeline for the Inspire. Let's see if we have anybody who has Speedy. This guy's got Healer. Okay, that's good to know. Rapid Assault. Caution. Okay, we don't have anybody who has Speedy, so that sucks. That would be key right now. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my guys, my best units, I'm going to keep them in the back. Okay, like this. So I'm going to keep Shigetada and Masanori in the back line. I'm going to have Akitame move forward. We're going to try to get the Inspire point, but we're also going to try to draw their volleys and protect my guys. You know, these are my best pieces on this board right now. My best units. So I have to try to preserve them as much as possible. Okay? That's what you're going to want to do. Because, again, it's an uphill battle. So preserve them. Especially because I have a guy who's got a gold-plated tactic. So the longer the battle goes on, the more that's going to trigger. And this guy is very strong. But again, we don't have nowhere near the troop numbers. So I don't want to take any volleys. Any unnecessary volleys. So that means my weaker units are going to have to do that for me. So I'm going to try to sneak around with these two, grab this instead, and they're gonna hang back until until my weaker units draw the fire. So actually that's going to be this guy. I'm going to have to put somebody else here. It's going to have to be this guy. Okay, and then we'll have Nagamasa here. And then these two guys. My smallest unit, and I do this with every map, I highly recommend it for everybody. With your smallest guy, the one who's least likely to participate the longest, put him in kind of a guerrilla position where he's ready to cross into enemy territory and threaten the camp, okay? It's really important when you're under... It's backwards, right? It almost sounds backwards. But when you're behind, when you're playing from behind, it's really important that you try to get a unit to at least threaten the enemy camp. You don't have to take the camp, okay? You just want to threaten it because of the situation, okay? Because of the context. You're playing from behind. So if you can threaten the camp and the enemy has to keep units back, chances are you can make it so that the unit that's threatening the camp is really small, insignificant on your side, and that the unit that's being kept back is significant for the enemy. Okay, so it's a good trade. That's what you want to create, good trades, right? So in this situation, Hidemura is going to get into a position where he can maybe threaten the camp. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but it's the idea. It's the plan going into it, okay? And then Morimasa is just going to duke it out here with Chigetomo. I mean, there's nothing else to do about it. It's just going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight. I'm not saying we're going to win this. I'm just, I'm just going through my process, my thinking, okay? So again, we're going to punch a hole here. We're going to try to punch a hole there. We're going to capture the Inspire point. We're going to try to protect our best guys from the volley so that they last longer. I don't want my best guys to get shredded with, 800, 1,000 damage musket fire. That's going to cause them to rout even sooner, okay? So we're going to use our guys to capture the Inspire point, and then they're going to have to meat shield for us, and take the volleys for us. And then they can rotate out later on. Nagamasa is going to beeline for Shigehide, hopefully. And on the right side, we don't know. We're just going to get tangled up here and hold and look for an opportunity to sneak by and maybe get to the camp. All right, so let's start this thing. Okay, so he's already going in the wrong direction. I'm gonna send him over here. Might even be able to send 3 units up there. I'll just pull him back afterwards, because it's really important to get this Inspire point. The Inspire point, it's everything. If we can't get that, or at least prevent the Shimazu from taking it, we're dead. We're super dead. Alright, so we'll just double down on that. Now we'll watch the enemy, see what they do. See, all the big units are staying on the left side. Oh, okay, Shigehide is coming down. Okay. So we should get a clash here. I might even be able to just wait for him. They're going to trade volleys. And if you guys are thinking that the rain's going to affect the musket fire, it's not. They're still going to fire. I kind of wish weather played a role, but it does not in this game. Maybe if we get that, maybe if we get a power-up kit someday, they'll address the weather, because musket should not be working in rain. Okay, so level 7, level 3, so we should get the better of this trade here. And if Hidemura had a few more soldiers, I'd have him take the hit, but I can't take that chance just yet. So now in this situation here, I could play it safe, because I keep harping on about the Inspire point. I could play it safe and send Nagamasa to take the Inspire point, but I have to gamble and hope that these guys can capture it themselves and that they don't need him to cross over and add his occupy to it, okay? You have to, when you're behind, like I said, you have to have some type of offensive momentum. You can't just fall back and defend, because you're behind. You're gonna get tired out before the enemy is. Okay, you're gonna run out of soldiers. Your guys are gonna break. I don't know if I even mentioned loyalty yet. I didn't check my loyalty, but usually you want to check loyalties to get an idea of who's gonna break on your side. The lower the loyalty of your officer, the quicker he's gonna break. So hopefully I'm not surprised in this battle. And I have no idea with the Shimazu. I should have checked the Shimazu to see if there was somebody who has a low loyalty that I could specifically target. But I didn't check, so. Alright, so we're going to throw everybody there. And the AI is going to beeline here, which is fine. I'm going to send Nagamasa across. Oh, they have another guy. I completely forgot about this guy. Okay. We're going to go ahead and cross. I'll take him up on that. Alright, so hopefully I hit him with this volley. And then that knocks him out of the fight. Okay, they gave me the Inspire. That's crucial. That's key. Okay. So we got a lot of options here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to creep up. I'm going to send my... he's also healer, so he's going to restore a bit. I'm going to send the meat shield units. They're going to draw all the musket fire. And I'm going to keep my best units back. Especially because I want the God of War here, Shigetada, I want him to charge up his gold. So I don't want to send them in yet. Again, I don't want to risk them. Him and Masanori, I don't want to draw any musket fire their way, so I'm going to protect them for now. Alright, so we should get that. I did not get a musket. Got no musket fire there. And actually, we ignored Shigehide. What the hell's going on here? He's not even engaged. Okay, we're gonna fall back. You know what? We might be able to set up a pincer. Since they're single lining, they're beelining it right now. But they're gonna this is all gonna get fixed in a second. The AI was just going for the last free point on the map. So sometimes you're gonna be baited in a weird way where you're gonna fear this pull, where you're gonna see the AI doing this, and you're gonna be like, okay, now's my time to just take the camps and win the battle. Do not fall for it. They will redistribute their soldiers and pull back. So if you send one of your units on a suicide mission to take the camp, because you're behind, okay, you can try it, but there's a time and a place to do it. In the beginning of the battle, when you're still behind, is not the time to do it. If I send him down here, doesn't matter who it is, they're going to redistribute. This column is going to break apart, and when it breaks apart, he's going to get completely destroyed. So he'll end up accomplishing nothing. You know, all I'm doing is sending him out on a suicide mission. He'll get gobbled up by the enemy when they break apart. So do not take this bait until you're comfortably even or ahead, or you know what I mean. But that it's just reckless. Even though it looks good, it's reckless. Especially because on this map you have to cross two little fords here. So that's going to slow you down. You're not going to be able to get there quick enough. Maybe with the speedy guy. But even then, I don't recommend it. You know, don't fall for the trap. Don't take the bait. All right, let's see how this goes. You know, I said that muskets weren't going to work, but they're not. I mean that they were going to work, but I haven't seen anybody fire a musket volley, so I don't know. I'm going to take that back. Let's see if he fires. Oh boy. Okay, maybe the rain can interfere, because you see, if it was a clear day, if there was no rain, everybody would have fired their volleys, and instead that didn't happen. Only Morimasa fired. I don't know. If somebody knows in the comments, let me know. Right now, it just looks like maybe rain is there's a chance, but not a guarantee. So in this situation, right now, we've just trying to contain the army, but I'm going to pull back so we can fight them one-on-one. We have the Inspire point. We should be able to sit here and try to outlast them. But it's going to be tough because, again, their numbers are way, way higher. Almost 2-to-1 odds. They can't fire. They're not firing their muskets, though. So we're going to try to switch out here. Can Nagamasa get to the side here? Yes, okay. That's good. Okay, so while we're holding the line here, a defensive position, right? Again, these guys are going to try to push towards the camp. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to try to set up a pincer and push towards the camp. So we're not going for a win by camps, okay? Winning by camps, I mean, unless you're going to win the war, I really wouldn't go for winning by camps. Unless you're going to win the war by taking the camp, you know, an authority, if it's going to snowball an authority trigger that's going to win you the war, or if your battle is lost, okay, if we're going to lose and the only way to win is to take the camp, that's when you want to take the camp. But winning by taking camps, those are really the only two situations that I'd say go for it. If it's going to win you the war, not the battle, the war, or if it's going to prevent an authority loss, a huge loss. Otherwise, you want to be destroying forces. Always destroy armies as much as you can, as much as possible. Whoa, okay. That didn't work out well for me. I don't know how I messed that up. Somehow they both slid over. Okay, chalk that one up to human error. Which is gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna make it to cut him off, but that's fine. I see at this point, again, they're really overcommitting, right? So for me to go to the camp over here looks tempting. I could split, take this camp here, take this camp here, force him to choose. But he still has more units than me. So if I send Masanori here, and I send these two guys there, somebody from this column is going to make it in time to prevent the total win. And then I will lose. You know, the AI has more contingency right now than I do. Far more likely that they'll get units back to their camps to defend than me. You know, meanwhile, I overcommit units on the offense. I have nobody to defend my defense, my camps here. And then I have to break apart the few units that I have. So that's a loss for me. So again, you're going to be tempted. Just hold on. Just wait until you have a really good advantage and then go for the camps. Until then, you just want to slowly envelop. Like I said, we're going to envelop this guy little by little. And I'm going to keep an eye on this route here. I have to be careful that he doesn't peel somebody off and decide to attack here. I don't think the AI will, because usually when they have a guy in the camp, they don't even think about it anymore. But we'll see. Right now, we're in a really, really bad spot. But you know, I always have a, you know, you're always gonna have great ideas, and then you're gonna make a blunder like that. That's gonna happen occasionally. Okay. Hideiya, for some reason, is just going to get tangled up here with Shigetada. Sooner or later, Shigetada should overtake him. Because of the Inspire point. He should get, you know, beaten down, no more stamina, and he should be a dead unit. So I'm going to take a chance, keep Nagamasa over here. And we're going to prepare to rotate out with this guy, because he's not going to last much longer. Especially if his morale is bad. We're going to get Masanori here. Masanori is just going to play kind of goalie. You know, if somebody starts crossing, Masanori will pick him up. If this guy breaks and runs, Masanori is going to pick him up. And I can actually rotate here with these two. So, you have to have just little contingencies all over the place, because you don't know. You know, you can have a million ideas, but just prepare for failure, you know? think I just hit him with a volley, right? Or did he hit me with the volley? I saw the number flash, but I didn't see who it was. Alright, so we're tangled up here. That's fine. Like I said, I'm way behind, but Shigetada, his damage and his tactic, he should overtake him. He should. Masanori is just going to hang back. We're going to let this guy trigger his healer, and then I'm probably going to swap him out. And I'm going to get this guy in position. And like I said, I'm not going to send him here, because we're outnumbered. Where it's easier to trick the AI, make them feel overconfident by just attacking the unit in the camp. That way, when he breaks, we can scoop up the camp right away. They won't have time to react. If I send them here towards this camp, they're just going to peel somebody off easily. I'm really worried about... Oh, Shigetomo's back there. He might hit me with a volley when he makes an appearance. See these two guys? They might be swinging all the way around. This graphic is awesome for that guy. Wow, I wasn't expecting that much damage. Holy crap. So yeah, Shigetada is going to overtake Hideye. That was a ton of damage. So another one of those, and he'll pull ahead and destroy him. Alright, I'm going to send Nagamasa in. Maybe I can get my volley this time. And I'm not creeping up because I don't want to draw him out yet. I want to hit him right at the camp. I don't even want to take the chance that we're tangled up here. He hits the camp, and because the camp is empty, the AI sends another unit over. I don't even want to take that chance. I just want to pin him down in his camp so that the AI thinks, okay, I've got a unit there, I'm fine. And then when he finally routes, hopefully it's quickly, but when he finally breaks, like I said, I can scoop up that camp. And I'm not trying to scoop up the camp to get a camp victory. I'm not trying to scoop up both camps. What I'm trying to do is get the confusion trigger. Okay, because the confusion trigger can win you the battle. Freezing up all the enemies. I mean, you guys have had this happen to you, I'm sure. I've had it happen to me many times. Your army getting frozen for even just a few seconds is enough to cause you to lose a battle. So we could win the battle on that mass confusion. Alright. Take the chance, pull them off. Hopefully Reiren doesn't cycle out, but he might. Okay, we got our volley in there. That time it went off. That was a pretty hard hit. It would have been great to get Shigehide with that. Again, I could have routed him with that hit, I feel like, but... Okay, so we're maintaining. Despite my mistake of accidentally pulling both guys over to the right, this shouldn't have happened. They should have been right here, clogged up right there. But despite that, we're still holding and we're creeping up here. This is the play. This is our offensive play. This is what I mean. You always want to have some type of offensive push somewhere. If you're stuck with your back against the wall, again, because of the situation, you're dead. You're done. Yeah, they're gonna come. Okay, so they're coming to swing around. So we've got to make a decision. Gonna have to send... Masanori can probably maul both of these guys. This is the terrible guy I was telling you, I was mentioning earlier. And Shigehide doesn't have that many soldiers. So there's a chance that Masanori could pick off Shigehide. So I'm going to take a chance here. This is a gamble, but this is how you have to play. Yeah, I'm going to try to meet him over here to get the volley off. And I'm going to hope that this guy can hold a little while longer. Because the AI is frozen in spot. I don't know if it's this engagement right here, since they're overlapped. See the rings? I think that's why Shigetomo can't break off and go this way, because Nagamasa's ring is overlapping both of theirs. Zone of command, that's what it's called. So his zone of command is overlapping with the other two. He's almost in position, so we're gonna move in. Alright, he restored his soldiers, not by much, but that's fine. Now this is, I'm really worried here because this guy in the back has not fired his volley. So we're going to be facing a crisis where he's going to hit this guy when he rotates out for a ton and he might break. So all the more reason to get Masanori up here to be offensive while he still can. Shigehide's backing off. Okay, so since Shigehide's backing off, because that's why I wanted to hit. Since Shigehide's backing off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip-flop them. Masanori is much better suited for him, and this guy's lower stats, he's much better suited for him. You know, so Masanori's kind of wasted trying to chew through this guy's numbers. We can at least get a stalemate here with these two. These two can stalemate. Masanori will be better served over here. Oh man, too late. He's gonna eat that volley. See what Shigehide's gonna do. I don't know what his unit's doing. I don't know. I guess he can't. I guess he's stuck. All right. I don't have a choice then. Because he's stuck, I'm gonna have to stay there. So you have a rapid assault ready? No. I'm not even gonna move him in until he gets his rapid assault ready to go. There's nothing else for it. And this is what I mean. When you're down one unit, even one unit means that the enemy is always gonna have one guy sitting around resting. And you're not. So if there's an inspire point, you need to take it. It's the only way to even it out. Otherwise, they're always going to have spare units just sitting around. It's just how the map's going to shake out. Oh, now he's back on. Okay. See, that salvo would have decimated Shigehide. But he kept them in the back. So, like I said, we're facing a crisis here. He's got fixed fire ready to go. Fixed fire could knock him out. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to start bringing him all the way around. Going to have to hope that Nagamasa can hold. And we're just trying to buy time until this guy's routed. That's all we're trying to do. You know, he's going to head here. You can see the AI is just trying to poke our defenses and trying to find a way across to get the camps. That's all they're trying to do. Okay, what I'm going to try to do, it's risky, but because of the distance, we're just going to try to rout Shigehide, or at least bottle him up with this guy so that Shigetada can pick up this sledgehammer unit back, the one that's beating this guy down. But I also don't want to lose my unit. You know, if I can help it, I don't want to lose him. Okay, so he's going to start moving in. He's going to have a free shot at our camp, but 2 occupy points to take before he gets to the camp. I'm going to have to gamble it because we're close to routing this guy. We have to be very close to routing him. I'm going to pull him back so he can rest, so he can hit a little bit harder. Actually, what are his stats right now? He's down in the 30s. You know what? We'll keep him in there. It's high enough. So as soon as he picks him up, we're going to rotate over. Oh, okay. He's already broken. Okay, we have to go. We have to go right now to try to save our inspire point. Come on, we need that camp to break. Let's get this trigger while we still can. If we lose the Inspire point, I mean, that's pretty much it. They're gonna refresh all their soldiers. Okay. He's destroyed, but I'm just gonna wait for him right here. Let my tactic finish charging. I just couldn't catch him, you know. I really had to hit him. I really had to hit him with musket fire, and I could have just scattered him immediately. And instead, I'm taking this unnecessary damage. The whole battle's different just because of that. Like I said, having that one extra unit, the whole battle's different. And now they have 2 extra units on the map, so we need to get this guy out of here. There he goes. Now he's going to capture this. He might choose to save his camp, but again, it's too late. We should be able to take it here. He is routed. Okay. I'm going to try to pull Nagamasa back. Wow, 2,600. It's insane. That guy, this guy's just throwing haymakers. Okay, again, I don't know what this guy's loyalty is, so I don't know how long he's gonna last. We have to see what Chikatsugu's gonna do here. We need to get this camp. Freeze him up. There we go. Okay. You know what? Just let him rest up here. Get in there and get some hits in for a second. Like I said, the Confused doesn't seem like much, but it's huge. They're frozen for a little while. They're not dealing any damage. We're hitting them, reducing their stamina even further. It's big. Okay, now that our numbers are kind of stabilized and even, now I'm just going to threaten the camp. So I'm going to tell him, okay, attack the camp, to get them to peel off another unit so that they can't reorganize, you know what I mean? Now they're trying to scramble, fix their front lines, and now they have to worry about their camp. So it's just going to keep the AI that much more off balance. Finally, he's broken. He should have broken from the beginning. So at this part, I'd say the crisis is over. The worst is past. I'm going to swing over this way. Reform another line here. Yeah, I guess we can go after him. And I could go for a camp victory in earnest, but like I said, you don't want to go for a camp victory. You want to destroy units, okay? Destroying a unit you can capture a unit, you can kill a unit, which is huge. More important, you know, if you can knock a key commander out of a war that you're fighting against, and a lot of these guys are key commanders, but any of them that I can capture and execute or get to my side, that's way better than just taking a camp. Destroying a unit also agitates the unit. Almost every time. Sometimes it doesn't, but almost every time you'll get an agitation. Again, more important than taking a camp. If you just take the camp, it's not always going to agitate, you know? The authority trigger will agitate, but that depends on the situation, right? Alright, Nagamasa's almost done. We gotta capture and swing back over. I don't know that either of these guys are gonna hold on. The biggest thing's just been the Inspire point. That's all that it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the camp. Hopefully it'll peel off their best piece right now. Hopefully this guy just heads back to defend the camp. Now we're in distance, striking distance of winning just by morale. Which is why I didn't want to lose my guy. When you're fighting from behind, if you can preserve your guys, just preserve them. Don't use a unit until it's routed, because that little bit of morale can make the difference. So sometimes just not losing your small guys and capturing a few occupy points will make it so that you find yourself within striking distance of just winning outright. Just by destroying units, you know, not by getting both camps. Getting both camps can be kind of tricky sometimes. But just by destroying units and preserving your own, you'll find that the morale bar is just going to stay on your side. If that guy hadn't routed earlier, I probably would have been almost won by now. See if I can get him out of there. It's almost been destroyed. That was probably the volley, Masanori's volley. Alright, so we've pretty much got this. I can't even give them any more morale. I could let this guy be routed, that's about it. That was a guy whose stats were awful. So right now I'm going to try to get Reiren. If he doesn't escape me, I don't know. We'll see. Yep, he's leaving. Okay. There's no way to catch him at this point. So that'll be it. I mean, the occupy point, that'll give us the win. I thought that was going to be a little bit trickier than it was, honestly. Considering it was the Shimazu and they had a lot of really good generals. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's how I go, like that's how I do my battles when I really have to get a win. That's what I do. You have to really study the matchup, overlook the map, figure out, okay, where's the weak point that I can break? You know, do I have muskets? Do I have cavalry? Do I have a guy who has a strong tactic who can just destroy weak units? So you can get the advantage with the unit count, or at least bring it down so that you're not down by so many units. Because you have to be able to stabilize the board on both sides, at least unit count wise, so that you can mount some kind of offense. Mount an offense so that the overwhelming force has to commit units. You know, so that the AI has to commit units to defend their camp. That way the brunt of their force that's hitting your defenders, your best defenders, like you guys saw me do, I put the weak guys in the front, but they were just drawing the musket fire, which we didn't see any. I was assuming, I guess I got lucky because of the weather, but I was expecting a ton of musket fire. But either way, I had the weaker units in the front, and my strong units that were gonna really the backbone of the defense, they were gonna swap out and form a ring. But to help them out, to help out whatever force you're trying to hold, whatever spot, an inspire point, a chokehold, mountain pass, whatever it is, the best way to help them is to have another force trying to put pressure on the camp. That's the best way to help them, so that you can draw off some of the units. You know, and you never know how the AI is going to shake out. Sometimes they're going to send some of their better units to go help their camp, or to go help their other side, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like I said, I was expecting it to be a lot more difficult than what it was, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you guys have any tips, strategies, context is everything. Like I said, sometimes, for the most part, you don't really want to get into a situation like that, but sometimes you are going to find yourself in a spot where you're outnumbered 2-to-1, almost 2.5, sometimes approaching 3-to-1 odds, and that's the best thing that you can do. Is the one thing I didn't touch on that I should have done right before the beginning is check loyalties, check officer loyalties. Sometimes you will have a guy who will withdraw very, very early because their loyalty is not good. And if you can catch that before the battle starts, you can exploit it. So I've had it happen to me on my side where, I'm just shocked because a guy who I thought was going to stay in the fight is already packing it up and going home. So that can be another advantage, loyalties. So anyway, make sure you guys like the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then.